Bastard.
Prince Harry irritates the king by impersonating late queen in conversation about smartphones, social media, mental health, and youth with Jonathan Haidt. An event meant to tackle big issues like smartphones and mental health turned into a controversy. Prince Harry surprised everyone by acting like Queen Elizabeth II. This move shocked the room and upset King Charles, who felt it was disrespectful. So, why did Prince Harry do this? Was it just to lighten the mood, or was there more to it? Looking into the topics discussed, it seems Harry was making a serious point. He was highlighting how technology and mental health issues affect the royal family too. Let's dive into the topics that caused such a stir. We'll see why this event has sparked important talks on mental health, social media, and the youth's future. The royal fallout. Why Prince Harry's impersonation sparked outrage. Prince Harry's act of impersonating the Queen was a shock. He's known for controversy, but this was unexpected. King Charles was upset, seeing it as a breach of royal rules. Why did Harry choose this moment to act like the Queen? Was it a bold move or a careless mistake? Harry has always been a rebel, challenging royal norms. He's talked openly about mental health and wanting independence. Maybe his act was a way to challenge the monarchy's image or criticize its silence on mental health. Or perhaps Harry was highlighting the gap between generations. The Queen's era didn't discuss these topics openly, while Harry advocates for mental health awareness. His act might have been to show that even royal families are affected by technology and social media. Jonathan Haidt, the expert voice in a complex discussion. Jonathan Haidt is a social psychologist who studied how tech affects youth. He talked with Prince Harry about the mental health crisis among young people. Haidt blames social media for this crisis. Haidt's work shows young people are more anxious and lonely than ever. Social media makes them compare themselves, affecting their self-worth. These platforms are addictive and harm mental health. The talk between Harry and Haidt could have focused on solutions. But Harry's act changed the conversation. Haidt responded with surprise, but kept the discussion on social media's impact on youth. The mental health crisis among youth, a consequence of social media and smartphones. Haidt's research shows that social media and smartphones have changed mental health, mainly for the young. A 2021 study by the Pew Research Center found 45% of teens are online almost constantly. This constant connection has led to more loneliness and isolation. The rise of social media has also led to more anxiety and depression in teens. A study in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology found depression rates in teens have risen by over 50% since 2007. This matches the rise of social media. Haidt believes the design of these platforms, including algorithms that aim to trigger emotions, worsens mental health issues. In his talk with Harry, Haidt noted the big difference between older and younger generations. The older generation, like Queen Elizabeth, didn't face the constant information and comparisons that today's youth do. This has deeply affected how young people see themselves and their place in the world. Prince Harry, who has talked about the media's negative impact on his mental health, drew parallels with today's youth. He grew up before smartphones but has faced constant media scrutiny. He said today's youth can't escape the constant watch of social media. "You're always being watched," Harry said. Whether it's by the media or your Instagram feed, there's pressure to be perfect. It's exhausting. Smartphones, the double-edged sword. Smartphones have changed how we communicate and access information. But they can also harm mental health. Haidt said smartphones aren't inherently bad, it's how we use them that matters. Smartphones give us constant access to social media, news, and entertainment. But they also lead to hyperconnectivity that can be overwhelming. Studies show smartphones can reduce cognitive capacity and the quality of face-to-face conversations. During their conversation, Harry talked about his struggles with smartphones. "It's hard to switch off," he said. "Even when not using your phone, it's always there. It can harm your mental health." Haidt said many young people find it hard to switch off from social media. It's become such a big part of their lives. This makes them feel dependent, which is hard for teenagers who are still developing. The royal family and mental health, a growing awareness. Prince Harry's impersonation of Queen Elizabeth II highlighted the royal family's changing views on mental health. The monarchy used to value stoicism and emotional restraint. But now, there's a shift towards openness about mental health. Both Harry and his brother, Prince William, have talked about their mental health struggles. They've lost their mother, Princess Diana. They've started initiatives to reduce mental health stigma and encourage talking about emotional well-being. In his talk with Haidt, Harry mentioned the royal family's past views on mental health. He said the younger royals are more open about their struggles. But some family members still see mental health as private. "I think there's still this idea that you just need to get on with it," Harry said.
But that's not how mental health works. You can't just ignore it and hope it goes away.
It's something that needs to be addressed, whether you're a royal or not.
The future, what can be done?
As the conversation between Harry and Haight drew to a close, the focus shifted to solutions. Both men agreed that change is possible despite the complex problems. Haight emphasized the importance of education. He said schools should teach about social media dangers and how to use it healthily. Parents also need to be aware of their children's tech use and set limits. Prince Harry echoed these sentiments, calling for a holistic approach to mental health. He suggested integrating mental health into all aspects of life, from education to healthcare.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution, Harry said. But I think the more we talk about it, the more we can start to break down the stigma around mental health.
We need to create an environment where it's okay to talk about your feelings and to ask for help when you need it. That's something everyone should have access to, regardless of who they are or where they come from. Technology companies' role in mental health. Jonathan Haight raised an important point, the responsibility that technology companies bear in addressing the mental health crisis. He argued that companies like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram have a moral obligation to redesign their platforms for healthier interactions. He stressed that these platforms are built to capture attention, using algorithms that provoke emotional responses. This can lead to anxiety, depression, and feelings of inadequacy, harming young users. I'm not saying that social media is inherently evil, Haight explained, but I do think these platforms need to be more mindful of the psychological toll they are taking on users, especially teens. They have the power to make changes that could reduce harm. Things like time limits, more robust content moderation, and features that promote positive interactions rather than toxic ones. Harry agreed, acknowledging the influential role that these companies play. He expressed frustration at the lack of accountability tech giants often demonstrate, noting that they wield enormous influence over billions of lives. There's a lot of power in their hands, Harry remarked. And with that power comes responsibility. They can't just shrug off the damage they've caused. We need to demand more from them. Not just better content moderation, but real structural changes that put people's well-being first. The role of parents, setting boundaries in a digital age. While tech companies bear responsibility, Prince Harry and Haight also emphasized the crucial role that parents play. Many parents feel overwhelmed by the pace of technological change, unsure of how to set healthy boundaries or how to talk to their kids about the potential risks of social media and smartphones. Haight pointed out that while technology can be a powerful tool for learning and connection, it's essential for parents to establish limits on screen time. He also stressed the importance of open communication between parents and children, discussing the pressures young people face online. Parents can't just say no phones or no social media and leave it at that, Haight said. They need to explain why certain boundaries are in place and have ongoing conversations about what their kids are experiencing online. It's about equipping kids with the tools they need to navigate this digital landscape responsibly. Harry, as a father himself, admitted that he worries about the impact of technology on his own children's mental health. He stressed the importance of setting a good example as a parent by modeling healthy behaviors around technology use. As parents, we need to lead by example, Harry said. If we're always on our phones, how can we expect our kids to be different? It's about finding a balance, seeing the good in technology, but also knowing when to unplug. Social media detox, the growing movement. One solution is a social media detox, a break to find balance and clear your mind. Haight said more people, like young adults, are taking breaks from Instagram and Facebook for their mental health. Detoxes can reduce stress, boost mood, and improve well-being. Stepping away from constant info and emotional manipulation can feel freeing. Harry also benefits from social media breaks. He said even famous people feel the negative effects of online scrutiny. He encourages others to take breaks for their mental health. Taking a break from social media is hard, but it's needed, Harry said. It's okay to disconnect and focus on what truly matters. Youth-led initiatives, empowering the next generation. Harry and Haight talked about the power of young people in solving social media and smartphone issues. Young people are not just victims, they are fighting for change. Haight mentioned groups like the Digital Wellness Collective and campaigns like #DigitalDetox. These efforts highlight the importance of real-world connections and self-care. Young people are leading the charge for change, Haight said. They are not waiting for adults to solve the problem. They are taking action themselves. Harry admires the next generation's courage and determination. He believes young people are best equipped to lead the way to healthier digital habits. They live it every day, Harry said. They know what needs to change and aren't afraid to speak up. We can all learn from their courage. A call to action, mental health and the digital future. Harry and Haight stress the need for urgent action. This includes tech companies, parents, schools, and young people working together to address mental health issues. We're at a critical point, Haight warned. If we don't act now, the future will be even harder for the next generation. Prince Harry also emphasized the importance of talking about mental health and technology. He urged everyone to take steps to protect their mental well-being and that of others. This isn't just a youth issue, it's a problem for all of us, Harry said. We all need to work together to create a healthier relationship with technology. It's about putting people first and recognizing our power to make a difference. Final thoughts: the Royal Rebellion and the future of mental health.